start together. So here it gives you the option. It tells you numbers or colors, and it has very easy, medium, hard, very hard, expert, or master. I clicked on one. I did not start solving so that we can solve it together. So let's pick a very easy one, just in case. I'm gonna fit it all into the screen. Okay, that's the best I can do. And let's start. So we have the first color we have is pink, yellow, light green, red, light blue, purple, orange, dark blue, and dark green. And let's start with this one, with the pink. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so far I found one. We can add one pink here because this line is filled in and this line is filled in, so we can have a pink. So that's our pink. Now, if we see here, this line is filled in and this line is filled in, and then that one's filled in and that one as well. So that's the other pink. And we have one here, and one here. So the only available spot for the other pink is there. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So we have one here, one here, one here. So that's the only available spot for the other one. And if we have one here, that's the only one we have available for there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's move on to the yellows. We have one yellow here, one here, and one here, which means that's a yellow. And then we have one yellow here. Wait. Okay, we have one yellow here and one yellow here. I think that could be a yellow because that line is filled blue here covering this one, and this one, which means the only available spot for another light blue is the one over here. Okay, it's pretty easy actually, because colors are a bit easier to my eyes than numbers. Okay, now let's move on to purple. We already have a purple here and a purple here, which means the only available spot for purple is there. Then let's go here. All this line is filled in, and the only color missing is the purple. Now we have this one filled in and this one, which means that's a purple. Just a sec. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have 2 more. Let's move on to orange, because that's missing from there. That's the only one missing to complete the square. Then let's move on to here. We have 1 orange here and 1 orange here. We can't have an orange over here, so I'm guessing the next orange is going to be here. Yep, I think that's it. Okay. And now let's move on to the dark green. Since this line is filled in, that's going to be a green. And I don't think I can fill any one more in, so we're gonna go back to yellow. This line has a yellow, and this line has a yellow, which means that's the other yellow. Let's move on to red. So if we have a red here, and a red here, and a red covering this line, that's the other red. And then maybe that's the other red. Okay, and I just seen it. We have 1 red missing from here. And I think how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now let's try to fill this one in. So this one's done, this one's done, and this one's done, which means that's the other red. And we only have 1 left, which is going to be this one. Okay, we're done with the reds. Now let's go to the oranges. Now we have 1 orange here, 1 orange here. This one's filled in, so the only available spot for an orange is right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, if this one's filled in and this one's filled in, that means that's the other orange. And let's continue with the blues, dark blues. So if we have a blue here, oh, that's the only one missing from here actually. So let's find that's the other available spot for a blue, and that is going to be a dark green. Now let's go back to the yellows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If we have a yellow here, and a yellow here, let's check. Green, green, that's the other green, and then the other green, and we have 2 spots left, so that's the purple, and finally the other purple. Okay, that was actually pretty easy. So let's do a medium one, not a very easy one, just an easy one. So we picked easy colors and let's start. Okay. Again, we have the same colors in the same order: pink, yellow, light green, red, light blue, purple, orange, dark blue, and dark green. So let's start with the yellows, because one yellow here, yellow covering this line, and yellow covering this line, which means that's the other yellow. I don't think I can solve any more yellows, maybe. No, not yet. Let's move on to the reds, because I see an available spot. If these 2 are reds and this is filled in, that means that's the other red. Then we have 1 red here and 1 red covering that line, which means that's the other red. And then let's move on to the light blues. So this line is covered, this line is covered, and this line is covered, which means that's the other light blue. Now let's move on to the purple. only available spot for a dark green color. And okay, if we have a green covering this line, that means the only available spot for this box for a green is this one. Then let's go back to the yellows, because I see one available spot. If that line's covered and that one's covered, that means that's the only available spot for a yellow. And then covered, and that's the other yellow. And let's go to green, light green. So we have, oh, that's the only available spot for green. I was gonna do this horizontally, but I've only just seen it. And let's also fill in this box, which is going to be purple. So how many purples do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now the only purple missing from this line is this one, of course. The only color missing from this line is purple, and then purple. So here we have the other purple, and let's work on the greens. So we already have a green here, that means that's the other green. And then this line is covered, and this line is covered, this one's covered, so that's the other green. And then how many greens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh, that's a green because that line's covered. Or you could, no, and this one's covered as well. And the one missing from here is the light blue. So from here also the light blue is missing, and here the purple is missing. So let's see how many purples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now let's go to dark blues, and since this line is covered, I'm thinking that's the only available spot for a blue, because then 1, 2, yeah, we can have a blue here, so that's the other blue. And let's go to light green, so we have 1, that's a pink, and how many pinks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the other pink, and lastly over here, that's the other pink. Now let's go to yellows. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from here we have a yellow missing and a yellow missing from here, and we're done with the yellows. Let's go to green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's the other green. Done. And lastly, that's the other green. Then let's go back to the blue. So interesting.